Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're taking a look at the two games that Digital Foundry, well, Forza Horizon 5, when Digital Foundry said, this is the best game they've seen yet. And then Ratchet and Clank, the one they said is now the best looking game that's been released. So, I am running around in Nefarious City on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. As you can see, all the ray tracing and everything in the water. You can see, the densely packed, like the density of this scene. On the other hand, I am showing you, the world around, where my house is in Forza Horizon 5. I haven't bought any of the other houses yet. I'm still kind of just stayed there because I like the way it looks right when you load into it. It's pretty nice. So, I'm going to be going to a few different worlds here on Ratchet and Clank and kind of showing off the game a little bit, as well as driving almost all over the freaking giant map on Forza Horizon 5. So we're going to look at things. Now, both of these are in the 4K 30 mode, so that is the best both of these games will look is in both of these. Obviously, Forza Horizon 5 is being played on the Xbox Series X. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is being displayed on the PlayStation 5. Obviously, it's the only thing it'll run on. So, as you can see, like this freaking game, like this, there's immaculate detail in both of these games for the most part. Like, clearly there is, but as we move into this, like you can already see the super fast loading times in Ratchet and Clank. Well, what seems like super fast loading times. You could take that, flying into the mountain, or flying into the world thing is like, oh yeah, a pretty decent thing. So, all right, here we go. This is one of the worlds that you go into Ratchet and Clank. So this one here, now it looks small on the surface or whatever, but there is like in this world, you do go underwater. I didn't go underwater. It does look pretty cool down there. I probably should have, went down in there in the water or whatnot, but I don't necessarily think it's going to matter that much in this video because we're gonna get to a part where like you'll see what I'm talking about. So, as you can see with Forza Horizon 5, like this thing is immaculately detailed. Like that looks pretty close to realism. I mean, Digital Foundry wasn't wrong when they said that this clearly looks like this is clearly the best game they've seen this generation, because me personally, I kind of feel the same way. When I started playing this game and I saw it on my OLED 4K TV with Dolby Vision, I thought, that game looks freaking amazing. Like these textures look great, the world looks great, the vegetation looks great, the color looks great. It's there. And then like right here, as you drive through here, you see, obviously you can see that your car interacts with the environment around you. You mow over bushes, you move rocks out of the way. There's plenty of things that are going on with that. So, on this side, you look at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and you look at the ray tracing on there. I mean, obviously that looks pretty freaking decent, you know what I mean? Like you can see it's kind of fuzzy or whatever. I mean, that's the checkerboard kicking in, but it does make it look higher resolution. It does make it look a little better. I chose this place, because of, the reflective surfaces, I wanted you to see that looks pretty cool. Now, with Ratchet, okay, now look at this. So, another good thing about Forza Horizon is this game right here. This right here is the summer, the wet season. So, normally, on the dry season, you could drive right through that and it would be like ground. It would just be ground everywhere. Like you could drive in there. Like there's actually a board in there you got to go in there and get. The seasons in this game change. So there are 4 seasons clearly, and all 4 of them have a distinctive look to them. This right here being the wet season, you're going to have more green, and then next season it's going to be even more beautiful looking, in the autumn. The winter time is probably my least favorite time because it's all dry and it looks like a dry, desolate desert in a lot of places. But look at the ground right next to me. It's all beautiful. You got all that vegetation everywhere. All that green, beautiful vegetation, and that looks realistic. Okay, so here is the jungle type area for Ratchet and Clank. And as you can see, as I pan the camera around and look around at these textures and stuff, it looks, it looks like a freaking, it looks pretty kiddie, you know what I mean? Like kid game. I don't know, man. This is kind of tough to do, Like, I don't want to, like, really break anybody's, like, whatever. But, if you're trying to tell me that the picture on the right looks better than the one on the left, I kind of have to question, like, what's really going on? Like, what are we trying to do? What exactly what is our goal? Like, what is it that we are trying to accomplish with this? Ratchet and Clank is a great looking game. I still to this day think it is a tech demo for the PlayStation 5. It's obviously a game, this world here, I stayed a little bit. I sat in here for a little while because there's things that I want you to see and understand. While we're driving around all over the place in Forza Horizon, hitting, driving fast, driving up through here. Now, I think it's right here. I'm going to try to drive out of the map, and it does. I drive out of the map, and it puts me back over into, like, just out on a road. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you look at the bones on this thing, on Ratchet, you look at this. They look pretty decent. They're not, like, bad by any means. This definitely looks really good for, like, I don't know if I would say Pixar level visuals for sure. Look at the textures in this, look at the color in like these things, and I'm trying to be as fair as possible, like I'm really trying, I'm getting up close to stuff. I'm letting you really see how this thing really looks, like fall down in between here, get back up here, you look at the textures in this grass and this ground on Forza, that looks pretty freaking good. It looks like realistic dirt to me, you know what I mean? Like, it looks pretty decent. I'm jumping in the bush right here, at first I thought these bushes right here were moving on the just look at that lush greenness, layers and layers and layers of green shrub, man. That on the Forza side, that looks pretty freaking good. Over here on Ratchet and Clank, like, I thought the bushes were moving, so I walked over there to the side, and then we go, they're just wiggling, dude. They're not interacting with my character whatsoever. So, I guess I could have went into photo mode, but there's really no need for that. There's really no need for me to go into photo mode on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because everything I needed to show you, like, I showed you pretty up close. Like, now you're seeing me pan the camera and looking at the world. As you notice, everything out there in the back, don't worry about the screen tearing. That happens every once in a while. But as you're looking out there in the back, everything is shrouded in this weird fog, man. Like, this weird fog everywhere. Everything in the background is all this weird fog. The draw distance on Forza, you could see for a long way, but out here it's like everything is surrounded in fog. Now, don't trust me. We're gonna get on the little thing right here in a minute. Yeah, right here, and we're gonna go as fast as we can on this thing. Here we go. Let's jump on. Okay, so I was trying to remember what button was. Okay, there it goes. Now we're going as fast as we can go. What do you want thinks is faster? No, obviously Forza's faster. I'm just being facetious. I'm being funny, but clearly, like, we're getting out here toward the outer part of the world. It's only, everywhere on this planet or everywhere on this world is fair game. I believe. I believe it's all fair game. I believe that, whatever we're seeing, on here, I believe that's fair game, man. Put both of them side by side and look at it, And you want to know what I left out? All the cutscenes. Yeah, because the cutscenes, they do look good. They do really stand out. They are beautiful. But we're not playing cutscenes. We're not playing cutscenes. We're playing games. We are playing games. So, all right, now we're going to jump on this part, this guy. Now we're going to fly around and see how big this world is. Because this here, I believe, is like the second biggest world on this game. So we get up here, we fly around, we'll look out, see, and then we'll just go. You know, I kind of tried to go to all 4 areas to see how big the world is, you know. You know, you see all that stuff out there in the distance. Oh, man, look at that tree. Look at that tree fall down. Still pushing it with the car. That's pretty cool, you know. Look at all these. Look at all this vegetation over here on Forza. And then look back here at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I mean, I'll tell you what, the coloring looks pretty dang good on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That looks pretty cool. Like, I do like that. I mean, it's not bad by any means. Yeah. And I mean, this the only reason why I chose these 2 games is because Digital Foundry, they told us that Forza Horizon 5 was the best game they've seen on these consoles. And then we look over and then they come out and they tell us that Ratchet and Clank and then Returnal are the best ones. Whew, man, I don't know, man. I don't get why they would do that, you know? I mean, maybe they just want clicks or something, you know, like I'm trying to do right now is get some clicks. Obviously, clearly I want you guys to click my video. But as you can see, this world on Ratchet and Clank is pretty small. Like, I'm flying and then it's like making me turn around and go back. The reason for this is because the reason for showing you the size of the world on Ratchet and Clank is surely the fact that Forza Horizon 5 is a huge world, densely packed. Look at all that. Look at that compared to that. That's a lot of stuff over there. And you see the mountains way up there in the distance. You can see way out there the draw distance on Forza Horizon 5. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that the draw, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you can definitely see the draw distance. But, man, I couldn't even fly out right there. That's pretty terrible. It's just pretty interesting if you ask me, you know. I mean, it's like, yeah, like I don't necessarily care about the whole thing, but I mean, after watching, you know, some of the video that they put out today, you know, trying to downplay the Series S, comparing it to Series X, like, I mean, like, why would you even do that? Why would you compare Series or Xbox One X to Series S? Like, does that even make sense at all? It doesn't make sense. I mean, I had a $200 Samsung T5 1TB SSD hooked up to my Xbox One X. Yeah, everything I put on there definitely loaded. It definitely loaded faster. It was almost a necessity to buy that just to play Black Desert Online. So I bought that and I was playing with that. So yeah, I mean, I get that it does kind of speed it up a little bit, but nowhere close to this. And then they were I don't understand why they would do that. And then they were telling you about like how games would be like 720p and stuff. I've been telling you since I got this 1440p monitor that Series S on a 1440p monitor gives you a really crisp, really solid looking image on everything. So I don't understand why they wouldn't use the monitor type that it's supposed to be on to compare that, because yeah, Xbox One X most of the time looks pretty freaking sharp on a 4K TV. I had one, I loved it. Xbox Series S looks really sharp and crisp on a 1440p monitor. Almost, I think, image-wise, most of the time with those games with the better fidelity and everything else that the Series S games have, they look better. Yeah. Now look at me over here jumping on the wall. I'll get into that in our live or whatever, but look at me jumping over here on this wall. You know, you look at the picture of this game, and you just gotta wonder, like, really, what is going on with this? Like, why is, like, you can't even move these right here, and here you got me just driving down the freaking coast, and yeah, believe it or not, all that stuff you see in the distance, you can drive to it. That's pretty weird too. It's pretty weird, man. Like, you get all of this, Oh, whoa, and then there's more. Oh my gosh, go figure. And look at the side of these cliffs, man. This looks good. And dude, this is actually like a really bright time of the day on Forza Horizon 5. Like, dude, it looks great. We'll get over here and we'll play around in the sand dunes in a minute after. Yeah, so I mean, I did spend a little bit of time in this world with Ratchet, obviously. So, all right, here we go. We are getting out of this world. Obviously, this is one of those worlds that you're like, oh, okay, you know, like the trees look pretty cool on that. They do, but I mean, you cannot interact with any of the vegetation over there. So it was just like, whatever. But here we go. Look at this. Look at that draw distance on Forza. Like, look at that freaking that world, man. Hitting the sand, the way the sand moves in the car, the dust. All right, now look at Ratchet's fur. Like, that fur looks pretty freaking good. Looks pretty solid. But where's all the ray tracing in the windows? Okay, so this right here is, in fact, the biggest world, I believe, on Ratchet and Clank. I think this is. So, as you see, we're just going to play around here. We're going to walk around. We're going to look around at stuff. Yeah. Oh, wait, is this that world? Yeah, I think this is it. I definitely think this is it. You see the reflections on the hood. Those look really good on there. You can see like the texture in the ground and stuff as you're walking by on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Pull yourself up here. Look at those. Look at that texture. I mean, like, it looks like a really decent, you know, really sharp, really crisp, you know, kid game. But here's the size of this map. And I think this one here is actually the biggest map. This one here felt the biggest out of all of them when I was playing through this game. So this is why I brought this back to it, to look at this world. Okay, so you got a lot of color. You got a lot of you know, I mean, they talk about fidelity, but then you look over here at Forza Horizon 5, man. Look at that. Look at that freaking beautifulness. Like, that looks realistic. That looks great. Like, look at the geometry in the rock faces and stuff. And you look at the geometry in the rock faces on Ratchet and Clank. Like, it looks like the same kind of geometry we've been playing with games for a long time now. They look blocky. They look big. I mean, yeah, they definitely look great. But here we go. Here's the other bigger part of this world. Get around here. We'll just kind of, you know, fly around a little bit, you know, looking at stuff. If you look out there, I mean, like, yeah, the draw distance looks kind of all right, but, you know, we'll go look at everything over here, you know, drive around and look at those waters with the ray tracing. It just looks so great. Yeah, this is the 4K mode, so the ray tracing just looks so good. Like, I'll give them that. The ray tracing does look pretty good on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And now they got it, you know, on some of these really big worlds is something else. To look at this guy over here in this little thing. Oh boy, can't go down there, but I mean, at least you got some foggy draw distance out there. It's pretty cool, right? I mean, look at the sky. Gosh, look at the freaking road, the metal sun, the ground. Like, that looks freaking pretty realistic to me, man. That looks pretty good. The way it blends pretty nicely. I mean, you look at this over here on Ratchet. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I love the way that freaking... I do. I feel like Forza Horizon 5 is a much better looking game. Like, I just do. You look at... I mean, like, Ratchet's not a terrible look. I mean, it looks good for what it is for a cartoon game. Like, it sure does. But, I mean, there's nothing really new that we haven't seen before. Yeah, I didn't want to look at that wall. I wanted to go look at one that's actually, like, brighter. You know, you see the textures over here on the ground. I mean, look at this right here. Oh, another thing I wanted to show you right here. You know, I mean, like on that last picture, you know, just how the world blends together. Like the blending looks pretty nice. I mean, you get up here, like just that looks really good over here on Forza Horizon 5. Don't have any complaints from me. The ground looks like the ground. There's density in it. There's a lot of freaking, just a lot going on in the Forza Horizon thing. And I mean, you could call me an Xbox or a fanboy or whatever else, but I mean, dude, I've been doing this stuff with PlayStation for a very long time. I mean, look at that beautiful ray tracing. Looks so good, man. Looks so good. Ray tracing everywhere you go. Oh, and then you get over here. You start moving around. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty decent on there. You know, oh, but look over here on Forza. Look at all of this geometry. And this is on the side of the mountain. Like on a place that you would never go out of your way to look. You got all that tessellation right there. Just look at all of that you have right there. So looking down. That looks really good. I mean, look at the textures over here on Ratchet and Clank. They both look, I mean, if you ask me, I'm going to say Forza wins every single time. That's a lot of texture. Even up high, and then you get down low. Get down low to that. It looks good. All the way down. And then there's that.
I think they both look really good.
I think both of them look really good. I think the Forza one is definitely the better visuals of the year. So, now pay really close attention to what we're going to show you here on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Did you notice up there, up in the back? Oh, wait a minute. Are those reflections? Oh my gosh, they're moving like screen space. I thought they were ray traced. Let's see that again. Nice and slow. Oh, yep, they disappeared. Oh, they disappeared again. Whoop. Yep, they disappeared. Oh no. Wait a minute. Let's look around. Let's see if there's any more that do that. Ooh, look at the geometry on those rocks over there on Forza. Let's go ahead and pull the camera out again. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at all that texture, all of that. Let me bring you back over here to Ratchet real quick. I'm gonna bring your attention back over here to these screen space shadows that. Oh wait. I thought that ray tracing was supposed to be there. What? Why is it disappearing? It's not supposed to do that. Wait, let's go in here. Oh wait, go up here to visual, graphics mode, fidelity. HDR is on. Okay, so let's get back out of there. Wait a minute, what's going on? Why are those reflections disappearing? Why are they disappearing? Let's get a little bit wait, they're still disappearing. Okay, this doesn't make any sense to me. Digital Foundry and Sony told me that this game has ray tracing. Why are those disappearing, guys? Why is that happening? This can't be right. Look at that rock over there. Yep. See? Ooh, man. Dang. Wait a minute. Did they lie to us? Wait, hold on. Let's check this again. Settings, visuals, fidelity. This is a 30 frames per second mode with graphical features like ray tracing, enhanced lighting, additional VFX, and increased scene density. It presents in a 4K resolution. This is the default. Okay, so yeah, like that's what I thought. That's supposed to be the ray tracing mode. But where's the ray? Wait. No, you gotta be kidding me. Did they really really? Are you serious? Did we get bamboozled again by Digital Foundry and PlayStation? They told us this game had ray tracing and the best ray tracing that they'd seen implemented yet. Wait, let's see right here. Oh, whoa, what? No way, guys. Come on. Really? Really? Come on. You cannot be serious, right? You're joking, right? I mean, like, look at that. Look at that. Dude, that's not even quarter resolution, man. That disappears. Gosh, man. Let's make sure one more time. Let's see. Visuals, fidelity. This is the 30 frames per second mode with ray tracing. But that was screen space reflections. So if it was screen space reflections, are we just not getting the full ray tracing package on this game? I mean, what is going on here? I mean, they told us ray tracing, you know? That's what I was expecting when I paid my $70 for this tech demo. I thought, yeah, man, that's got to be great. But it's kind of weird, you know, because I couldn't find that happening in like Nefarious City or any of the places that Digital Foundry showed us. I could not find that. I could not make that happen in the places that they showed us. Only in other places, you know. Like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how did they... I don't understand why people are trying to tread water for Sony, man. If they're going to sell you a game and tell you that, oh yeah, this is all freaking ray tracing, at least let it all be freaking ray tracing, you know, like, or at least don't, you know, or at least be honest, you know what I mean? At least be completely honest. Well, I didn't mean to show you guys a secret, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that and move on. Oh, forgot you gotta hit it. So yeah, so I mean, like that right there, like, I mean, not a big deal, not a big deal. To me anyways. I really didn't want to point that out, but I mean, I kind of noticed that way back when I was playing the game, and I don't ever remember Digital Foundry saying, oh yeah, man, this is screen space mixed with ray tracing. No, man, they told us that was ray tracing. Oh, and there goes your ray tracing. It all disappears again, man. There goes all the ray tracing. Oh my gosh, not really. Oh, even right there. Ooh, man. Yep, that's bad, you know. I'm like, really, man, really? Like, you guys tell us that this is the best looking game, but then it doesn't even hold up to scrutiny. Like, let's check this again. Visual fidelity. Yep, this is the ray tracing mode. Enhanced lighting. I was gonna switch it over to the performance ray tracing one, but it would have made me restart the thing, and I didn't really feel like restarting the thing. So, yeah, there you go, man. There's your ray tracing, man. That's the stuff that I feel like, you know, these guys pull. I mean, I probably should do some due diligence and go back and watch all the videos that they did on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and see if they mention that, because gosh, I don't know, man. I was under the impression after watching their video that, oh my gosh, dude, this is ray tracing, and it's going to have ray tracing at 30 frames a second, because we're already missing, you know, that. But oh my gosh, let's check this out right here. Oh, look at this puddle. Like, see, look, all this ray tracing. Oh, wait, you mean it's really not ray tracing at all? Like, this is just the same screen space reflection we've had on freaking games for a long time now? Wait, what about my reflection? Let's see. I got my reflection. That's ray traced, right? Let's see. Nope, it disappears. There it is. And it disappears. Oh, there it is. Nope. Yep. Nope. You know what I mean? Like, they bamboozled us again, like PlayStation always does. They sell us this weaker hardware, and then they expect their developers to be magical and make magic, yet they can't even be honest with us. They want us to believe that, oh man, sorry guys, this video definitely stems from somebody on Twitter today, you know, like the fanboys, you know. I mean, oh man, I'm just showing them their beautiful facade falling apart right here. Boom, there you go. It definitely fell apart. Yeah, I'm doing another shorter video just calling out the ray tracing as well. But yeah, now look over here at Forza. Like, look at this immaculate detail that looks beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Nothing's falling apart because they didn't lie to us. They didn't tell us, oh yeah, we're going to have ray tracing in there. They didn't lie to us. They delivered the package that they said they were going to deliver. 4K, native 4K, 30 frames a second on this mode. It's got all the tessellation, all the detail. Man, look at this car. It's freaking beautiful. I cannot entertain the fact that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is the best looking game. No, that's just not the case. Forza Horizon 5 is the best looking game that has been launched to date. Now, I do think that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart kind of looks all right, but look at this, man. The ray tracing. Watch. Boop. It's gone. Oh, but they told us that was ray tracing, guys. So, if you like this content and you thought this was interesting, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.